know if you are ready to speak about your darkest experience, which was being on Ellen.
Being on Ellen?
Is it also fleeing the narrow-minded mentality in the Netherlands, or
Right.
My darkest hour. I would say it was last year. I have to be honest.
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone far beyond and in between, welcome to the Lightless Lounge with me, Nikki. Hello.
and with me? Whoa, you said
Stop interrupting me.
Sorry, there was another hello.
Who are you?
I'm Wes. Hello.
Hi, Wes.
Good to see you again.
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
It might seem that we're looking at each other.
Yes, but we're not.
We're not. I'm just following your voice.
Yes.
For all the English people, we're in the Lightless Lounge.
Yes.
We film with infrared lights and cameras, but we don't see anything.
It's pitch black in here. Like it's the only thing we see is the infrared lights, which are like red dots that don't shine. We just see them.
Yeah.
And we see like the lights of the camera. That's the record lights.
Yes.
So that gives us like an indicator as to where the cameras are.
Exactly.
But other than that,
Nothing.
nothing.
And the reason we're talking English this episode is...
Oh shit! Again, wait. I'm all over the.
What are you doing?
I'm all over the mic. Yes, the reason why we're talking English today is because we have an international guest coming up.
Yes. Dutch, but
very Dutch.
internationally famous.
Yes, internationally acclaimed. He is the winner of Eurovision 2019.
Yes.
I got it right.
Yeah, it
Yes.
won.
In the podcast today, none other than Duncan Laurence.
Yes.
Oh.
Always instantly when I hear that. And we're in the biggest Eurovision bubble because Eurovision is taking place at the moment.
Like as we speak, yeah.
But he's so much more than Eurovision.
Yes.
But I'm very curious to see where he's at, what he's doing, and
Yeah, Duncan really took over the world after that. I know Arcade went viral on TikTok,
amazing.
and
yes.
then everyone was doing the
yeah,
kind of sounded good. I'm not gonna look.
you are there. I dare you to do it when he's here.
No, he really took over the world because his single went viral on TikTok, and then he
Yes.
even went on the Ellen show.
Oh, really? You shared that experience?
I hope his experience was better than mine.
Let me find that out.
So without any further ado, let's bring him over.
Here's Duncan Laurence.
Lights out. Welkom in the Lightless Lounge.
Okay, yeah, this is dark. Oh my God.
Duncan, welcome.
Hi.
To the light. It's dark, huh?
Well, it's very dark in here. I'm a little bit confused.
Right? It's something you
It is
cannot prepare
confusing.
yourself for this.
No, you can't. No, because you guys talked about it and now I see it for the first time and I'm like, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
dark.
This is dark.
And even after an hour, it's gonna be the same darkness around you.
Yeah.
Oh
it
my
doesn't-
God,
You,
this is
you
gonna be
don't
very
adjust. You don't.
meditative.
Welcome to the lounge. We're talking in English because we thought it was fun for our audience and your online audience to go as wide as possible.
Because
and-
you're internationally known.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So welcome to the Lightless Lounge.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You just landed in the Netherlands where we're filming this from Sweden.
Yes.
Because you live in Sweden, but you told me something nice. You're moving.
Oh my God. Yeah. So within a week from now, we're hopping on the plane to Los Angeles, actually, which has been an all-time dream of mine to
Really?
go there and live there and write there and just, be in Hollywood and just live that, life for a second. We don't know if we're going to stay there for forever, but
Okay.
at least while we don't have kids yet or anything on that.
Oh, you
like-
said yet. Oh,
Yes.
We'll get to that later.
Let's, yes. Yeah. But for now we're just trying to live the dream, do it right now since we don't have anything here that we need to go back to necessarily, except for gigs, obviously, whenever I get them here. Yeah.
You said it's the dream.
Yeah.
Why is it the dream?
I don't know. Ever since I was young, I saw this alternative rock bands that I listened to, skating in Venice Beach. And I was always drawn to the palm trees and the sunshine and just, you know, whenever I traveled there, I always loved the mentality there. Everyone's always like, hey, how are you? Nothing's too crazy. Nothing's too big. I grew up in South Holland.
Spijkenisse,
South Holland,
right?
Spijkenisse. I'm born in Spijkenisse. I was raised in Hellevoetsluis, which
Oh
is...
God, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm from Oostvoorne.
Oh, no way.
Like
Yeah,
I said,
so
here
The
we go.
the Bath Valhalla of
Yeah.
South Holland.
Yeah, so we probably met in Brielle somewhere in a cafe.
In the
one time.
Lumei.
In the Lumei. I worked in the Lumei.
No, you're kidding.
Yeah, I was a
Stop
bartender.
it.
I was a bartender in the
Oh my
Lumei.
God.
Did
I
you
don't
go
know
to the
how he
Lumei?
does it, but with every
is
guest,
crazy.
we end up here.
Yeah,
Okay.
but this is so specific. The Lumei.
It's very specific.
What is
yeah.
the Lumei?
It was like a club in Brielle, like a village next door. I
my
didn't know
God.
you went there. That's so funny.
I went there like maybe twice, but
But he went there.
you know the mentality then, you know, like everyone's kind of like
They're
just
Very
don't
Dutch.
don't act too crazy.
Yeah.
When you're normal, you're already crazy enough, we say.
Yeah.
And I just love to experience the other side sometimes and to just be able to dream and not hold yourself back
Flourish.
from potential, or like, you know, you can raise the bar as high as you want. So
yeah.
Right.
And let everybody be in their
Yeah.
artistry and in their being and whatever, instead
Yeah.
of judging and
and just enjoy each other rather than criticize each other. Just like
Yeah.
root for each other, I would say.
But I would also say that America is a tough cookie to like get into.
I know, yeah. Like the market over there is quite, you know, like it's quite focused on those who are coming from the States or
Right.
from
Yeah.
the UK.
And it's very saturated.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was lucky enough to like a couple of doors opened for me when Arcade became such a big song there.
No, that's too small. Huge. It went huge.
I mean,
Yeah.
we were in the car driving in a cab to New York, and it was played on the radio.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, yeah, that's
I
Duncan.
know.
Here we go. Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like the amount of streams that are coming from the United States still is like, it's just like out of this world. That is also a dream that came true. So now I'm trying to like chase
Build up
whatever
that.
there is, over there, and just finally go there and do it.
And your husband is American, right? Or not?
he is, yeah, he is from Illinois.
Okay.
That's where he grew up in Chicago.
Okay.
Born in Kansas City, little Dorothy.
Oh, Kansas?
Kansas,
Kansas?
Kansas, honey.
And how long did you live in Sweden then?
We went back and forth to Sweden, so we've always had like a place here. But we loved Sweden so much because of the pop culture over there and the great writers they have. And
Yeah.
so we have an apartment in Stockholm that we visit regularly. We're hoping to like keep that in some sort of way. Just so we have a spot here to go to and have a spot in LA.
Yeah.
And just kind of hop back and forth, hopefully.
You could have made your life easier by going to New York, because the flight
Yeah.
from Sweden and the Netherlands is like a few hours extra, but it's LA, not New York.
Yeah, it's just tricky when it comes to like writing music. A lot of the writers and producers and everyone is just
LA.
based
They're
in
not in
Los
the towers.
Angeles. Yeah. I mean, like there's a lot of like musical people in New York, which is also on my bucket list to one day maybe do something with that, but not now. Let's first do pop music and then we'll see how we evolve. Yeah. Did you bump your nose into this
Oh,
microphone?
all the
lot.
time. And my chin, it is covered in foundation.
Oh, yeah.
Covered.
My trick is to just like touch with your fingers the other side, and you're like, oh, is this a little bit
Gotcha.
aimed towards my mouth? But
I
I
can
don't.
see that,
It raw
yeah.
dogs me every time.
so it's chasing the dream to go to the United States.
Yeah.
Is it also fleeing the narrow-minded mentality in the
Ooh.
Netherlands, or?
Right.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, because I got kind of used to that mentality, and I also kind of like it from time to time. Not the narrow-mindedness, but just like the sobriety, I would
Right.
say.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
the, you know, like whenever you have a problem, I think that people are very, very used to looking at it in a very realistic and like
Yeah.
honest way, which I really like.
And
Right.
putting it in context, maybe.
Yeah, just to like kind of have that helicopter view and see things from another perspective. It's nice, but I think the combination of both worlds is really what I'm looking for, you know, just like
Yeah.
the American just hospitality and like friendliness, and then the Dutch soberness whenever I need to apply it in life,
like
I
that.
guess. Yeah.
I like that.
And do you have family? Your family, I think, is based in the Netherlands.
Yes. Yeah.
How are they thinking about your move?
Well, my dad hates it.
Yeah, really.
My
yeah.
mom doesn't really say a lot, but I can tell from her text messages that I got over the last week when I was in Sweden still that she was kind of having a little bit of issues with it. Not in the way that they don't want me to stay necessarily here because they want me to chase my dreams, but I think it's logical. I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
Especially now that I'm thinking about maybe having, adopting or having kids in a few years, what it must feel like for a parent to see their child go to the other side of the world.
Yeah.
But I try to stay in touch with them as much as possible. I mean, I text them every single day. We call multiple times a week. I think we'll survive. And I think once they come to LA and they see what it's like, I think they will probably not
like, we'll
want to
come
leave.
live here too.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a future challenge because the family of your husband then is probably there.
Yeah.
So you're always going to be a little bit more torn when it comes to children life. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why our dream is to have like some sort of situation where we can hop back and forth. And just to see everyone we love. But also, we were talking about this actually because we had to say goodbye to so many people here now in Sweden and in the Netherlands. It's also the friends we have are all like scattered all over the world.
Yeah.
And mostly they are in the US and in Europe. Yeah.
The time you spent in Sweden, did it bring you what you hoped it would bring you when you started moving there and going there?
Yeah, I kind of wanted some sort of like peace and quietness for a little while. And Sweden really is that to me. Like whenever I travel to Sweden or like I feel like so at home in Sweden, whenever I'm there, I just feel like, I can just go to the cinema. I don't get recognized. It's just really easy. I can go on a date like with my husband. We can just like have fun. And it's just like this little anonymous life that I can live there, which is just so nice. People do recognize me, but they're very chill and very much minding their own business over there. So that's why I love it.
Do you find it difficult to like deal with the fame?
I don't necessarily find the fame difficult. I sometimes don't really.
You're not in the mood for it?
Yeah. I don't. I know that I chose it, like it's something you choose and it's something that you think what it's going to be like up front. But then when it hits, like it's kind of a tricky thing that you'll never probably get fully used to. But what I really want is to make music, and if fame is involved in that, I would love that to be something that I use for good instead of for like just being famous kind of. So I'm always trying I'm always trying to like think in ways like, okay, this might not be nice. The interviewer asked you a weird question, but is it worth those people that you can reach with your answer and that you can hopefully maybe inspire or help a little bit? And that's the sacrifice you make kind of, I think.
But it's the other side. Obviously, when you're creating music, you also want a lot of people maybe to listen to it and enjoy it. So part of that is spreading the message, and also I sometimes say to Nikki, the moment they stop recognizing you on the street,
you in danger.
It's not bad, like, but for what you want, what you're achieving, it's nice to have an audience.
Yeah, because it's special to me to hear you say, I want to chase the dream in America and I want to see what we can accomplish. But I also hear you saying, I don't get recognized. I'm like, but are you aware that if you want to chase this dream, that people will recognize you everywhere?
Yeah. I think it's a balance, I think for me, there will always be like spots you can go to where you feel safe and comfortable.
Right.
And I think Sweden necessarily, it's more about like the culture. People are really like minding their own business. It's like kind of in their nature to not really, go up to someone and just give them advice like the Dutch love to do. Oh, you're wearing that necklace? Wow. Okay. Well, okay. Like, that.
I saw you on television. I don't recognize you a lot, but they say you're famous.
Exactly. I didn't recognize you, but
I don't like Eurovision. Okay. Thanks for sharing.
But can I have a selfie for my mom? Yeah, sure. So I know if that would happen, if I would become bigger in the States or whatever as an artist, hopefully this time it will be a little bit more my choice in total. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, exactly. Just shape it the way I want to, and really have music and art and, you know, things that I stand for in the center of it, rather than, you know, all those extra little press, whatever. They will come, but as long as you can stick to your message and your story and create your world from that, I think that's the place that I want to be in. And then I want to hopefully have a lot of fans who like that. That's kind of where I'm at now.
Because take us to, who is Duncan? For people who are tuning in, we all obviously know who you are, but who is Duncan? You are a I can never say this word.
Musician.
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 You're an artist.
Yeah.
Great word.
The world was introduced to you by Eurovision in 2019, and you famously won. And thank you for the job.
You're welcome. You're killing it.
But tell us, who is Duncan at his core?
Duncan is a little bisexual. No,
I feel like we're RuPaul. I'm holding up a picture of you as a young boy.
Yeah. What do you want to say to little?
What do you want to say to little Duncan?
Yeah. I think Duncan is a dreamer above all. Like, that's why I always talk in words like dreams and hopes, and like it's just so rooted in me.
Wait, what sign are you?
I'm an Aries, actually.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, you're not a Pisces.
No, I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries sun, Aries moon, and a Cancer rising.
So there's the emotion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I portray myself as emotional. No, but I make music because of the artistry of it. I'm a singer who loves singing because I see my voice and my lyrics and my music as an instrument to reach people and to hopefully make some sort of change, or like help some people out. Over the last years, I truly found myself, because I started just leaning a little bit more on the community, on the LGBTQ community. And like, I think I'm a big part of that as well. I'm no longer afraid to say I'm a bisexual guy from the Netherlands, a singer, a songwriter.
But were you so afraid to say that?
I wasn't necessarily afraid, but you have to deal with the consequences. That's just what it is. Whenever you openly, like, especially when I scored such a big hit with Arcade all over the world, there were obviously also countries that whenever I would go there for promo, it was quite weird and sometimes even dangerous, or like, you know, just tricky situations that you quickly learn to adapt to in a certain way. But also it can really just like hit you sometimes, where you're like, oh my God, like this world is not as far evolved as we thought it was. Yeah. And we're seeing it even in our own country these days. It's just very, very tricky to be part of a community that always has a target on its back. So that's kind of the thing that you're dealing with. Am I 100% myself? Yeah. But sometimes I try to be as much as I can in certain situations. Yeah.
But did you find yourself in the past adjusting your personality or your way of acting, etc.?
Oh my God, yeah.
Because you couldn't handle the target, or you just wanted to blend in more?
Oh, really?
Well, it did not really happen after I got, like, you know, let's call it famous. I hate that word, but like famous. Like then I started to slowly develop into the person I am today, and like not be afraid of it anymore. But before that, I grew up in a really small little town where there wasn't a lot of acceptance or a lot of like queerness around. So it was tricky to show yourself fully without constantly being bullied, constantly being attacked. In whatever way. So I still spent a lot of time recovering from those voices. And the adjustments you make by looking in the mirror and talking in a specific way and
handling your body in a certain way.
Exactly. Not putting your shoulders up too high, not like, you know,
your voice, your pitch, your voice, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
They call it code switching, I feel like. And code switching is based on the fact that even now, I'm 34, I'm still code switching.
I hear it when you do it.
Yeah.
You do it when I'm near as well.
You change the pitch of your voice or the topics that you're talking about.
Your low bro voice.
Yeah, his bro voice is my favorite. Because like when Wes and I are together, we're girly pops.
Yeah, girly pop. Yeah.
And we'll talk all things girly pop. And then when there's like a straightish like person he has to talk to, he goes, "Hey, what's up, bro?" And I'm like,
"What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?"
But it doesn't come anymore from a place of insecurity and covering something up.
Right.
But it used to come from that. And I feel like we're still programmed like that. So I'm saddened to hear that you do the same.
Right.
But I'm also happy to hear that you, as you described, maybe found a way to lean into more, okay, but this is Duncan, this is who I am. And
I mean, like, sexuality is an ongoing search for me, at least. Like, you know, like I can be surprised by my own sexuality sometimes, where I look at someone and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even know, you know, like this could happen inside of me right now. So it's like, I think I said bisexual earlier. I think pansexual would be better. Maybe like it would be, I don't care who you are.
Right.
If I love you, I love you, you know, and that's my way of dealing with it. But like, the personal side is quite tricky because you're right in the middle of everything. And it feels like whenever you're too feminine or too gay, the straights don't like it. When it's too straight, the gays don't, you know, like, so there's always a tricky thing there.
Were you afraid in your Eurovision adventure that people would see you
too
feminine, too gay when performing Arcade or even talking about what the song was about?
Because now thinking back, that was a straight outfit.
It was.
The jeans.
That was a straight outfit.
It was a very straight outfit. So I didn't necessarily want it to be straight. I wanted it to be a blank page.
Neutral.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be very neutral because what I said and told everyone constantly is that the music was the thing that people needed to listen to. The attention needed to go to the music. Did I lose some parts of myself looking back? Yeah, I did. And I think I could have done it a little bit more personalized to me.
What would you have changed?
I think I would have just had a little more fun with it here and there. You know, I don't necessarily think I would have changed the world and the performance, but you know, like you said, the outfit was very beautiful for its purpose, but it was like also maybe
straight.
Not me anymore. Yeah. Just like and I do have to say, I tend to switch back and forth because I'm in the middle of it and I love playing with that, you know? So I can walk in with a very broy, oversized, chill fit and still feel super comfortable. Or I can wear super tight see-through something and still feel comfortable. So I think it was the right choice to make it a little bit more of a blank
canvas.
Especially
because it's sad, but I feel like if I would have been on your team and to talk about it, I would have maybe contemplated because it was already about the song. It was doing well.
Yeah.
You know, why would you then take that into or put it in danger and not make it suitable for everybody?
No,
but it's also sad that you need to hide, but like be aware of certain parts of your personality.
For sure.
And your artistry in order to not, scare away people.
Do you know what it is? It's kind of like a first date. You know, when you go on a first date and you're like, I can go really like, you know, like... as myself, like over the top, like wear this, or I can just do, you know, a nice outfit that is like casual. It looks cool. It's good. It gives a good example of who I am.
And then ease them into it.
And ease them into it.
But I feel like
shock them the next day.
Like, here we are,
honey.
Dress reveal. Do you also have this on the daily? Because sometimes when I walk in with my fiance in a store or something and I have my bro voice on, sometimes you feel that energy back, like, oh, maybe this person is looking or judging me as different and not like, hey, it's all gay out there.
Oh my God,
but you still have to come out of the closet on a daily sometimes.
All the time. Like, I mean, like here in the Netherlands, no, not really.
No.
I mean, everyone kind of knows. But I mean,
but Sweden gives you a shot.
And the States especially, because there's so many personalities in the States, and it's so like
you could also be
fluent
just
in a
rock
way.
And roll and
exactly. You could be a little like rock and roll or like a little like emo boy or like, you know what? Yeah. But
or a little bit queer baiting like Harry Styles. Whoops.
Exactly. No.
Yes.
But no, but I think it happens on a daily basis because and I think everyone kind of feels that thing to a certain extent where you adjust yourself to the situation, which is good, obviously. But when it goes too far, like in a lot of cases, maybe for us, where we can't move our hands, can't say this, can't say that, you know, it gets tricky. But I tend to now just say, I'm just speaking this language now, you know, and then I speak that language at home, kind of. But I don't hide it. That's for sure. It's just like sometimes it's just easy to crawl into that like neutral, chill vibe.
And it helps you with like confrontation or like, which is sad that we have to. Not that I'm a gay man, but I have my own cookie. But it helps you in certain situations to like also protect yourself.
And you don't need to show everything.
Right.
I have the same with femininity, you know, that I'm like, oh, I want my nails painted, or I can have my thumb painted, but not my whole hand because
I don't want to be a girl.
Yeah. But it's
I'm not necessarily really busy with that. I am busy with how people perceive me. And that's, I think, a combination of like fame and being queer or like.
But are you too much thinking about that?
Not anymore. I was last year a lot.
Why? What was last year about?
What led to that?
No, but are you?
Why? No, well, I mean, like the more you're in the media, the more opinions you get. And as we can see right now with the political change and the climate in the Netherlands and in a lot of other European countries, it's getting more and more tricky to fully rely on, we're okay here, everything is accepting, everyone is fine. You know, the amounts of death threats and like hate speech focused on my sexuality I got that didn't have anything to do with what I was doing or what I was interviewed for is just out of this world sometimes. It's just like, it's so much.
Is that still going on?
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, on a daily basis. Like, oh my God. The thing is when you get famous in America, like it goes into like this, you know, there's a lot of Christian people and like religious people as well. And like, I have nothing against like Christians that are accepting and that are like, you know, owning their faith, but are loving, actually loving their neighbors.
Loving, not preaching about
you know?
love. And
I think that's amazing. But when it comes from a place of judgment, that's when it gets tricky. And I can see that more and more happening even in our country, which is scary sometimes.
Yeah, because we always copy what happens in America.
Yeah, we really do.
Do you walk hand in hand with your husband?
I do in Stockholm. It's very safe and it's very nice. I do in LA. I do in Amsterdam, but I would not do it in the town I'm from. I wouldn't do it.
Not in the Struishoek.
Nope, not in the Struishoek.
That's so sad.
No.
Oh, sorry, I'm laughing at the way that we're.
I know, because you're making an inside joke on where you're from. But
it's a shopping mall.
Yeah, no, it's sad. Yeah, it's very sad.
Blackout baggage.
And we've asked you to bring an item that you haven't showed us.
Oh God, I'm not ready for this.
Okay. Personal to you, or that has a story to it, or a good memory, or whatever.
I mean, do I give it to you right now?
Yes.
Give it to Nikkie.
But you're gonna feel right away what it is.
I don't mind.
Okay.
Then we're gonna be acting.
Okay, let's see.
Well, you already have it in your hands.
Where are you?
Follow the nails.
There you are.
Have you it? You got
Holding
it?
something?
Yes, you are.
Oh, it's a ring.
It is.
Is this your wedding ring?
It's not.
Oh.
It's my great grandfather's wedding ring.
Oh.
And I carry it whenever I feel a little nervous. My grandpa died a year ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And he gave it to me. His mom's ring is with the other side of the family, so it kind of connects us all. My grandpa always told stories, you know, about like the watersnoodramp, the flood in the Netherlands, and like the Second World War and everything they did, and especially he did also for people, because he worked for the city hall and he tried to erase the Jews out of the system so they wouldn't get caught and stuff. So
really?
I have a lot of respect for that history, and I feel a little empowered by it whenever I wear it, you know?
Yeah.
And it makes me feel like I come from a family that was super accepting all along. So that's why I brought it.
It's beautiful. Do you want to feel it, or do you want?
Yeah, I can feel it.
Okay, hold on.
It's a classic shape.
Yeah.
I imagine
It's like the
ring. Yeah, it's like a gold ring. Yeah.
It's a meagle.
yeah.
Were you always close to your grandfather?
Yeah, I stayed a lot with my grandparents because my parents were divorced and they were both obviously working hard to, have a kid and be a single parent and stuff. So I always stayed with my grandparents every Wednesday because we were off on Wednesdays in the afternoons and during the weekends. So yeah, I spent a lot of time there.
How old were you when your parents got a divorce?
I was 3 years old.
Oh, that's
So I
young.
don't know any better. I'm okay with that. I'm like, please,
That's
I
how you
can't
grew
even
up.
imagine them together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm so
Different
fine
personas.
with how everything went, and they did absolutely the best job at still raising me and loving me as if they were together. So yeah.
You mentioned you said whenever I'm a little bit nervous or whenever I'm anxious, you get a lot of strength from wearing the ring.
The ring.
The ring. The ring. The ring.
Yeah, I mean, can you see me right now?
No.
I completely
No.
disappeared. I have it
Where
on.
are you?
I'm wearing it right now.
Get out of the mountain. What?
Bye. You're here
Yeah.
I'm dead.
footsteps out of here.
You can literally just move. No, we hear your voice a little bit. But
Yeah.
how has your being nervous and anxiety evolved over the years?
It got a lot better. I mean, last year, when there was so much going on and people talked so negatively, I do think it affects you in some sort of way where you. I went on stage and I had to almost this pressure of now I have to prove myself even more,
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I got very anxious from that. But then at a certain point, I was like, I'm still standing on the same stage. I'm still having the same old voice that I had before.
Singing the most beautiful "I've Never Walk Alone."
Oh my
Thank
God, yes,
you.
in the leather jacket.
Thank you. Yeah,
Not to be
it was so
objective, but
nice.
everybody from Rotterdam or the city where I'm from are like, yes, please,
Yeah.
please.
We were like, how did
But
we
that's why
get
I
this
wanted
song?
I wanted to do that. It had such a big connection to
it's
my
so good.
year and bringing it back home to Rotterdam, but also being raised in near Rotterdam.
yeah,
and
yeah.
my granddad literally sang me to sleep with that song.
Oh,
so I'm like,
Stop.
yeah. So the Liverpool people obviously have a connection with it through football, but I wanted to do it, but because they asked a few people to come back and sing songs, and I was like, I'm only coming if I can sing "You Never Walk Alone" because that's
Stop, it
my
was your
song.
idea?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
But you were talking about how your anxiety of performing has evolved over the years, and you said it got better.
It did get better in the last years. It got better. I think right after Eurovision, I hit quite a low because all of a sudden, the first time, it was exciting. I did everything and it felt very natural. But then all of a sudden, I went home and that's when it hit. And I thought, oh no, now everyone is gonna watch me constantly. And that's when I got very anxious and I felt very pressured for some reason because I was like, now I've shown them this. What are they expecting from me now?
Yeah, you put a bar there. Yeah.
Exactly. The bar was raised quite high. And I think if one thing that I always do, it's always raising the bar, but sometimes I raise it a little too high for myself. And that's when I get very anxious and I started feeling quite low and acting out of that feeling wasn't the most healthy thing to do. And then I got therapy and now I have therapy for a long time and it feels good. And, even things that happen negative media or whatever, I can deal with it a lot better. And I don't see it as criticism anymore. I just see it as feedback from an opinion,
Right.
You put it in perspective of a lot of opinions and
exactly. You try to elevate it a little bit more, I think.
What is that one trick that you learned during therapy that really stands out with you and that you still use on a daily or maybe weekly or monthly?
Have the respect for others to fix their own problems. That's a very big one for me. I'm always someone who wants to help out and wants to fix everything and wants to be there for people, but to an extent that I say yes to so many things that I barely can do them, and then I lose myself along the way. And that's a thing that I've been continuously doing throughout my whole life. But now that I'm a professional musician, I have to think about those things a little bit more. You know, you sometimes have to choose, you know, your own mental health above other things that you said yes to maybe. And that's something I really learned, just having the respect when you say no, or when you say like, sorry, I don't think I can make it, or I don't think I can help, that you trust that the other person will, you know, do everything they can to make the situation good for everyone. Yeah.
It is time to celebrate the sponsor of this week's episode again, House Labs by Lady Gaga.
Yes, you are a makeup junkie. And why do you love this brand?
Oh, because it's vegan and science forward.
I remember that we had a launch party a few weeks ago, or a few months ago even, in Paris, because they were now available at Sephora in Europe and houselab.com. And during the presentation, they were talking about fermented arnica.
Oh my God, fermented arnica. No, it's not her new album. I try to ask her. If you first hear it, you're like, what is that? But it's an innovative ingredient that visibly reduces redness and irritation. And it's the patent pending cornerstone of their foundation and concealer. So it's in their formula for the foundation, concealer, and even their bio radiant highlighters.
Oh my God, highlighters is the amazing stuff that you put on your cheekbones, right? For that extra shine.
Yes, 2016 highlighter is back, baby. And this one is a gel to powder formula. So it melts beautifully into the skin and it gives you that pure radiant glow.
I want it now, but if you want it, you can also go to our Instagram page, and there's a Reels with a giveaway worth of 1,500 euros, and you'll win a lot of House Labs products. And a lot. So this is even in there. So please go check it out, follow House Labs, and then you're good to
Bye,
go.
Wes, I'm leaving.
Where are you going?
I'm off to Instagram because I want to win. Last year, Eurovision, we're going there because I want to stick one up for you, for the team, because you presented Mia and Dion. We all kind of saw what happened. But what shocked me the most, and I was shocked daily, because it happened daily.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
It was, I'm going to call him out, RTL Boulevard, which is a Dutch, like e-news type of like media, like reporting show.
Yeah.
They acted like you committed a murder.
I know.
They acted like daily they would open the show with Mia and Dion, they failed miserably. And who was responsible? It was Duncan. And like the way the people in the studio, they would go in on absolutely nothing. And I was watching the show. I looked at Dylan, my husband, and I was like, did he kill someone? What? Why are we treating this like it's like number one first world problem here? Like, why are we treating like the government has fallen? Like, what is happening?
Spend your time on Gaza, please. Go do something.
But I was like, why are they? And it was daily.
I know. It was very
like this
hard.
Personal vendetta.
That's what it felt like to me. It was at one point I was like, you know, everything we did in that year with Mia, with Dion, we all did it from a place of love. It was so confusing to me because we were trying to make something beautiful, but I have to admit that, and I don't say this very often, but with you guys I can, and it's dark, so whatever. What I think is most painful is that the way the media portrayed us, the way they broke us down, has highly, highly, highly affected all of us, to the point where I think we were all in a full burnout.
Yeah, before even the contest.
Before even we could start.
Even setting up that stage.
We were all confused. We didn't know what we were doing. Well, we did know what we were doing, but we didn't know how we could do it right for anyone anymore. And, you know, Mia or Dion or I could like fart and it was already like terrible. It was a mistake, or like it was just to a point where I saw people that I appreciated my whole life and that I loved their music or their art or whatever they made, that were just talking about me in a way that I always learned, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything, you know?
Yeah.
But it was just, I was just clickbait. That's what it felt like.
It was clickbait. And it was so disappointing for me to see how we went from celebrating you as an artist because you brought Eurovision to the Netherlands after all these years. You were our national hero. Yeah. And for them to just turn on you in a short year like that, like you were like the demon himself, I was like, what the hell is going on?
I still can't really pinpoint what the switching point was. I know that there were specific moments with what led to like the moment of standing on that stage of Eurovision, like the process of it, that were obviously we can learn from, but newsflash, this happens every single year at Eurovision. There's always things that happen in front or behind the scenes that people can learn from and grow from. Yeah. Even in my year, there were a shit ton of things that I was like, oh my God, I hope that never happens again in my life. But you go through it and you make yourself, you know, stronger from it and you learn from it. But when something gets so vile and vicious and so negative and you're literally laying in bed in Liverpool and you're like, oh my God, I have to get out and I have to face them and I have to go through the media, it becomes something that is once a dream for also two brand new talented artists.
I felt so bad for them.
Yeah, me too, and it broke.
I felt
a lot.
so bad, and I'm sorry, this is all very personal, the way I'm reacting to this all, but like when so sadly, and we all know, they did not qualify to the finals. And after Mia and Dion declined doing interviews, I was like, of course they're going to decline doing interviews because you literally got them to this point. They're broken.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, now they don't want to do interviews. How dare they?
And that's the next thing. And you know, and then after that, it was the next thing that Mia did or Dion did. And then it was my tour, like the first tour date, that was, my show was too short. And it was like, and it just kept on going and going. And it still is happening. It still is whenever I'm like doing something that is just slightly out of the ordinary, then I will be attacked for it. Well, look at me. I am out of the ordinary. I'm never going to be ordinary. So I just accept it right now that, you know, whenever they talk about you, you're good. So whether it's bad or good, have a little feast and celebrate it. You're talked about, and just...
Although we can hold them accountable.
Am I going to spend my time on creating art and music, or am I going to spend my time on gossip news that isn't even backed up?
Sorry. Currently we have straaljagers. We have jets. I think the audio will save us. I mean, it cancels out literally everything.
Can I test a theory that I have with you?
Please.
Yes,
also,
enlighten us.
What I feel like is Holland, obviously, as you know, is a country of opinions. And whenever Anouk started doing Eurovision...
Oh, why did we have to bring up Anouk?
No, it's leading somewhere.
Okay.
But she brought it, obviously, in a pretty strict, closed-off way. Like, I wrote the perfect song. I'm going to do it, blah.
I'm Anouk.
Yeah, it's very contra-intuitive for us because we like to be involved. We like to know what's going on, etc.
Yeah.
And then you had some countries, you know, who tried to do the same. We had the Commonwealth. It was like very successful. And especially also with you, with your act. Yeah. You had a pretty good, solid team and you know what you wanted to do. You wanted to put there. And it was very successful.
Very successful.
Very successful. But I feel like that's always when you're not opening up too much. It also leads you to being the first prime argument when it's not going well. Yeah. People will attack you and say, you see? Right. And do you feel like with the Mia and Dion situation, the whole team or the whole communication strategy was too closed off?
Well, the thing is, what you have to weigh is that you're talking about two brand new artists, and to throw them in a lion's den is already what you kind of are doing with Eurovision. So to like kind of ease them into it was what we were going to do, but we didn't know that this shitstorm was going to hit so hard. No one knew, except for the people that made the storm happen. Right. And I almost wonder sometimes if the Dutch media is like supporting their Eurovision artists, or if they're looking for drama.
Oh, I'll tell you this. They're supporting until they see a slight failure and they're like, got him.
Yeah,
and that is so weird to me. When you go to a country like Sweden, when you go to like other countries that are doing extremely well on Eurovision, the power behind that is because of the love for Melodifestival, like the first rounds. Then after that, you have a winner that you all decided on. So maybe that's also something that the Netherlands have to start looking at.
No, please no.
I don't know, but
the last time we did that.
like, if it's not like organized by certain people, then maybe we have a shot in creating.
We can do
something.
a pre-selection of 10 artists.
No,
just like Eurosong.
But something like, it doesn't have to be that, but just at least when you send an artist that is representing your country, just try to find the good in that person.
Yeah, back them up.
Try to find whatever you resonate with in that person that can represent you at Eurovision. Don't try to break them down before they even have to hop on a plane to do rehearsals. You know, like there's no other country in this world that I know of that does it as extreme with Eurovision as the Netherlands. I think it's time that people start accepting that the zeros mentality of idols, where people were like, I don't think you can sing well enough, you look like shit, that it's just not cool anymore. It's not where we don't like to hear that stuff anymore. It's gonna bite you in the ass. Karma is a thing, you know, like it's not, it doesn't look good in you. Do you want to look back 10 years, 20 years from now, look at an episode and think, oh my God, I behaved like that? Oh no, you know, like it's just, when is the point when this is going to turn for the better and these people risk getting canceled in some sort of way? I don't know, but
now knowing that, because now you said like maybe we have to do some sort of pre-selection or whatever.
Well, just something that makes people a little bit more involved. Maybe in a certain way. Yeah. Because we're laying the faith in the hands of people that it's a select group, you know, and you can't base an entire country's representation off of that select group, even though I am very happy with the group that's selected. Don't get me wrong. I think it could work, you know, but maybe the Dutchies get a vote in who selects the artist. Maybe that's what we can all vote on. Maybe we can say like, here are 20 people, who will we select for the judges for Eurovision, you know, like who are they going to be? Or like, even if it's one member that we can decide that has a certain like
the public
leverage with.
So we would have picked Ilse. No,
I think she would be a great fit. I mean, like, Ilse knows what she's doing.
But she tried to participate this year again.
Oh, this year? Oh, oh, but well, I think if Ilse goes, that will be a piece of cake for like the Afrikaans, because she knows exactly how it works. And I mean, she's amazing. She sings so well. She has a beautiful voice.
She's funny.
I mean, like, I can't, like, you're a bad person to say, like, to ask anything about Ilse to me, because I'll speak highly of her forever, because she means so much to me, and what she's done to me, no one's ever done anything like that for a really long time in music history in the Netherlands also. So it feels so special still to think back on that, you know, the start of that.
Would you ever go back?
I've been thinking about it. I've been talking about it with Loreen, because I was like, what was it?
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Psst. A quick reminder, along this podcast, we also have our own cosmetics brand, Nimya by Nikkie Tutorials, skincare and makeup products for beginners or pros.
And our brand is genderless, so it's for everybody.
We even often have bundles where you can get a lot of discounts. So what are you waiting for? Get your Nimya on. Go to nimya.com, NIMYA.com.
See you there.
I was just talking about it with Loreen.
Yeah.
We want to know. We want to see receipts.
And she was like, you know, it was just the time for me. And I think if anything, if there's a song that I really resonate with, and I'm like, oh my God, this is it. It's pretty hard, because the thing that I love about Eurovision is that my experience was so nice, you know, my own experience of doing it with Arcade, especially with that song. There's just something very special with that song that I don't think I can replicate again.
You don't want to tear down what you...
Exactly. I would never say no, but I think if anything right now, for me, I'm just not wanting to step into a competition. So that's just
for now,
from a personal perspective.
Yeah.
Because I just want to like, you know, make music. I don't want to be like thinking about like, oh my God, what do I have to do this and the lights and the this and the that. I just want to build my own world and build off of that. Yeah. But maybe at one point when I have something new to show or like something, you know, an evolution of whatever, I will think about it. And I will never say no, but I also think there are so many talented people in the Netherlands that deserve that spot. Yeah. And I already won. Why would I take that spot from someone else?
Because last night I heard Johnny Logan perform and we need a new Eurovision king. Whoop,
oh my God.
Wait, do you have, by the time this is airing, we already have a new winner, but do you have a favorite this year?
I can't really say anyone else than Ollie. I just love Ollie from UK.
The United Kingdom.
Yeah. I just love Ollie because I've listened to years and years ever since I was young.
Yes.
And I just think he is one of the best LGBT artists we have worldwide. So the fact that he's doing this and that he's like daring to like, you know, because he has quite a big
Did you see his staging?
Following.
His staging was insane.
It's beautiful, but I wouldn't expect anything less from him. Like it's just good. And this is where you can see the difference between like, you know, like an artist that is seasoned and that knows what he wants. And like, you can see that there's almost like an MTV VMA approach to it, which I love. I think we need to see more of that at Eurovision because we have the budget, we have the decor, we have everything. Now we just
Duncan Laurence is saying not just a guy with a piano and a light.
We need guys
you can do that
each
too.
other.
Okay.
You can do that too, as long as it's striking and beautiful. But I mean more like, you know, something like I can't wait for more innovative things to come at Eurovision where we're shocked again by how it looks. Like Loreen last year, I was shocked by her staging. It was beautiful.
Wait, have you seen Ireland? The song might not be for everyone. I know this, but like the staging and like the way it was filmed, it's everything.
Yeah. But those fuckers on that island always know what they're doing. Like the UK people, like I don't know how they do it, but they know what they're doing.
Twilight Delights.
We ask you, what do you do right before you go to sleep? Like, is it like a guilty pleasure or like, what do you do in the moments before?
Obviously, when there's nothing romantic happening. Then,
obviously.
And then most of the times I just go through my day I just try to like see where I'm at. I try to see it in a positive way constantly.
But where are we standing? Like literally make it like painted in our heads. Like are we standing on the bedside?
I brush my teeth, I lay in bed. Like that's my ritual. Yeah. I do like, I brush my teeth, skincare, and then I go to bed. Yeah. And I lay down. Sometimes I listen to music. I love like falling asleep with music in because it makes me feel comfortable. Yeah. I always did that when I was young. I just like
what's your go-to music at the moment?
It was on.
Sleep? Yeah.
So one of the artists that I've been really listening to lately is Pale J.
I thought you were going to say Plain Jane.
Plain Jane also. I have her merch. Like I wanted to wear the Kudos Mama hat today. But I love Plain Jane. I was rooting for her so much.
Props for spilling.
Kudos for spilling.
Congrats for spilling.
Mama, kudos for spilling.
This is such an inner joke. It's more even.
It's a new season of RuPaul's Sister.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I feel like you're really coming for me, sister.
I feel like
okay.
But Pill Jane.
Jane.
Plain, but now it's Pill J. So he is really good. Another artist that I listen to is a Swedish girl. Her name is Leon. Very beautiful music. And I love Noah Cyrus a lot, the little sister of Miley, who that's like an understatement to just say little sister of Miley because she is just a completely different, unique artist of her own. So yeah, those are the three go-tos for me right now. Very dreamy.
Let's say in the future, I want to fall asleep with the song. Played by you and another artist. Who would you ideally want to collaborate with? ballad moment?
I think Lana Del Rey is very high on my list, obviously. But
I see that.
And I really love Noah Kahan. I really love Noah Cyrus. Lots of Noahs there.
Is Noah the season of the Six?
Six, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cannot hear that song anymore. I'm sorry. If I hear Season of Six one more goddamn time.
But he has
song,
so many songs that are so much better than that one.
Nuts.
But
We love you, Noah.
Yeah, we love you, Noah, but stop singing that song.
Oh my God.
And you're working on a new album.
Yeah.
How far along are you in the process?
So we're writing right now, and with we, I mean Jordan and I, my husband and I write everything together. We have like a lot of songs right now. We're basically in the process of like selecting certain songs, producing them out, and creating
from
a
how
world.
many songs are we selecting?
Oh, we're selecting from maybe like over 30 songs.
Oh my God.
We've been going for a while and we narrowed it down to like 15 to 20 now, but I really want to go back to a select amount.
Yeah.
Because I can't say the number, but you know.
So the selection is not yet on the table, but it's being made as we speak.
Yes, the selection is made as we speak.
Do we have an album title?
We don't yet.
In the head? No?
No, because it's
I know one. No, I'm kidding.
You know one?
Yeah, fuck Boulevard.
The darkest hour.
I want to know if you are ready to speak about your darkest experience, which was being on Ellen.
Being on Ellen. Do you know what? I got the Ellen Light version because with me it was in COVID, so I couldn't go to the studio.
There? Oh.
It was all recorded in the Netherlands.
You weren't there?
Yeah, no.
God dang it.
We so wanted to
God
see
dang it.
the same
Yeah,
experience.
no.
Damn.
So I never, she held my album in her hands, which I was very thankful for. And she said that I was
And you
a
know
superstar.
what that was? That was the universe protecting you.
I think so. After hearing your story, I was like, I'm not going there. Like something has to happen.
No, you should go there. It's a good
Obviously,
audience,
yeah, you have to go.
No, but I would have loved to visit like LA and to be at the morning show and to be at the Good Morning America, but like to see Ellen, just to do everything. But
wait,
yeah,
you just said Good Morning America. Can you imagine doing the Fergie show in the morning?
Oh my God. Singing the national anthem.
I'm dead. Oh my God. The national anthem.
But what would you describe as your darkest hour?
Sorry. Yeah. Totally different cookie. Sorry.
My darkest hour. I would say it was last year. I have to be honest. Like for me, it felt like such a twist and a switch all of a sudden from, like really trying to do something out of love and to help some, new artists that I believed in. And, I still know to this day are incredible artists.
Yeah. Are you still in contact with them?
From time to time. I have to say that we all took our time to like process this in our own way. And I also know that so much has happened. I feel like right now it's good to give each other some space and to kind of figure out what it meant for us individually, rather than constantly talking about it together. It's good sometimes to step out of the situation and say, let's heal for a while and see each other then and talk about it in a way where it doesn't affect us as much anymore, which is quite sad, but it's also a good step to take, I think. But yeah, I definitely like, going from a really, really amazing high to all of a sudden a low that was so fabricated and fed by others I felt very out of control of my own.
It's almost like
fate.
a betrayal.
You're on a train ride and you just have to sit it out, kind of. Yeah. And that to me felt like a dark hour, like not knowing, you're literally in the dark in that moment.
But because of that, if you think about Eurovision, if I tell you, or if I ask you or mention the word Eurovision to you, do you see it as something positive or negative?
What does it give you?
Has it taunted your association?
I think when I think of Eurovision, I see it as a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I love Eurovision. I think it's one of the most amazing things that I've been part of and that I hopefully one day will be part of in any way, you know, like even if it's like, if it's a guest appearance or whatever, I will.
No, we're going for the hat trick. No, let's go.
I will be forever like intertwined with it. That's for sure. And I'm very proud of it. And I refuse to let anyone change that image. That's my experience and no one can take that away from me. And that's something I hold on to.
Well, Duncan, I could go on for hours and hours, but he's a busy man. And I totally get that. And I totally want you to spread your wings and fly. I don't know why I started singing all of a sudden.
I love it.
Duncan, thank you so much for being here
Thank
at
you
the
too.
Lightless Lounge. You are
for having
a
me.
star, baby.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah.
You
You
too,
are.
both of you, really. Like, I love being here in the dark. Even though I couldn't see your faces, I still love your faces.
And I hope you continue to find or keep your bubble safe.
Yeah.
And protect your artistry. Also bringing home the hat trick for us for Eurovision because we need more jobs. Thank you very much.
Yes. I need
no
another
pressure.
So you want me
job.
to go again so you can have more
Yes.
jobs?
Yes.
Yes.
Nikki wants
Please.
more hosting jobs.
In
so
need,
thank
in
you.
dire need of a
Oh,
job.
that would be
So,
amazing.
Before we're gonna let you go, this is a premiere. We have this.
Oh my God,
this
yes.
is the biggest presents we ever had.
Oh, you will
Really?
never.
And it's for me.
You have the Eurovision trophy. Wait for this.
I hear it
This is what
knisper.
you're gonna put next to it.
I hear something knisper in the dark.
It's our Lightless Lounge sleeping mask.
Wait, how do I get it to you?
So whenever
Really?
you're on a plane or whatever you're like, you can literally put it on. You're like,
I'm here somewhere. Wait,
I'm lightless
yeah.
lounging.
Yeah.
here.
Go.
Love
Okay,
it. So you
hopefully
can
I
do-
put it on right this way.
Oh God.
Okay, this is yeah,
Comfy,
that's-
huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So we're gonna put some give some away on our social media. If you tag us, if you're listening to Duncan's episode or any other episode.
Yes, and if you've listened or watched, please don't forget to rate the episode and join the giveaway on Instagram at Lightless Lounge.
Yes, all that stuff. And thank you so much for coming. And we'll be watching you.
And we rehearsed this part.
Oh yeah.
We say thank you, Duncan, and you.
Oh, slechte. Thank you.
Okay, you ready? The lights are gonna turn back on.
Okay.
Oh, I have my mask on.
Honey.
Wait, en ik zit op verkeerde knop.
Oh, this helps so. Oh, shit. Oh,
Amazing.
I'm dead.
Protect yourself.
Oh.